what poets do. I say, I am a poet. Yeah, they say, but how do you make a living? What is it that you actually do? And this is how I reply. This is what poets do. 3, or was it 4, married women who had means and brains. One grew moss on her tongue after waking from dreams that smelled of mildew. One turned to falconry and the construction of seed bombs that were to be dropped from second-story windows into empty flower pots. One burned her burqa after being released from prison for the 4th time, now shamed so deeply in her molested self that she could only wash herself with total darkness. Another burned her wedding dress in a house she lit on fire while finches splashed in a bird bath outside on her patio. They fluttered about in the ashy water like one's thoughts that flicker on and off in our minds. One poet, the son of a butcher, so obsessed with the vagina, he displayed a dead beaver on his coffee table. One poet, adopted by a levee builder on the St. Francis River, shot himself with a target pistol. Or was it a pistol from Target? On a beautiful afternoon in June. One lay across the tracks as a sad train sobbed towards her, weaving slowly through mountain passes. One picked her burned manuscript, now nothing but a block of ash, from the embers of her fireplace in Oakland. Baxton, as we all know, smoked all of his best pages of rhyme while he was rotting in a prison cell. Rondini's works were found by his widow in his inner overcoat pocket, buried with him in a mass grave, all covered with mud and mildew. One scribbled until his last conscious breath with fury and dysfunctional passion against lost loves. One was imprisoned on a ship but escaped later to carve a poem 3 miles long in the Sahara Desert. Another filled the skies over Brooklyn with smoke-written poems blown away by the wind. One scrawled with crayons on butcher's wrapping paper, covering thousands of pages with anguish and light. One was fascinated and wrote only of lichens. Another only of fungi, representing the divine is elusive, the self is conspicuous. One spent the better part of his life writing in the dirt with a stick, crossing out what he had scrawled with his foot, so no others from his tribe could decipher the mysteries he had momentarily inscribed. Another surrendered his youth and gladness to lines filled with despondency and madness. One broke faith with the words he'd written before the words would break faith with him. A woman poetess felt such an unclean loss of faith that she built a mountain of detergent in her garage and swallowed prismatic bubbles until she floated up to her garage ceiling, where she burst to death on the rafters. One thought unthinkable thoughts about obscurity. One made a poem about night-flying birds on a scroll longer than a roll of post-Katrina homicides in a New Orleans parish. One did not like white flowers and never showed her poems to a single living soul. 'Cause that's what we do.